So we got a miscellany of news today here on the Transformer Slag podcast on this Wednesday, and we're going to first jump into some Funko Pop news. Oh yeah, we're back at this. So Funko Pop Analyst has posted the new set of Pops for Transformers that are going to release in early 2026. The Funko Pop Retro Toy G1 set is going to have a G1 Springer, G1 Cup, G1 Nemesis Prime, G1 Skywarp, and G1 Thundercracker. Now, they say that this Thundercracker is going to be the one per case, and thus will be the chase of this wave if you're curious about how limited some of these items might be. And the Nemesis Prime is going to be a different sculpt from the Funko Pop web exclusive version that came out in 2020. So if you didn't pick up that one, you have a different variant of Nemesis Prime here to pick up also. Again, I think the Cup and the Springer is just because they're going to be coming out in 2026, and it's going to be the 40th anniversary of the 86 movie, so there's probably going to be a bigger lean on that and the choices of characters coming to this line. So again, set for release, early 2026, no exact date just yet, and the current Funko Pop MSRP is $14.99 with the new inflation price. So there it is that. Then we have Blokees here with their Blokees Wheels line. We talked about this when it was previewed at the last convention, and now we have some inbox images and the entire wave lineup, as well as the assortment numbers and much more. So the Blokees Wheels are going to be a 1x64 scale model kit of only the alt mode of these characters. 1x64 scale is pretty much Hot Wheels sized, but I mean the better comparison here would actually be Matchbox, because they come in these little boxes that are very similar to the 1x64 Matchbox diecast cars. But this is a plastic model kit, of course, in a 1x64 scale. Again, only the alt mode, only the cars or the truck modes, the tank modes or whatever. These are all IDW comic inspired alt modes, so it does give us something unique and different than what we've gotten before. A lot of these designs have never been done in any kind of toy form, so that's kind of cool to see that, even if it is just the alt mode and not transformable. And we have different characters here, different choices, and different, of course, unfortunately, because they're blind boxes, different chances of being able to get them. So you have a 1 out of 24 chance to get either Optimus Prime or Rodimus Prime. You have a 1 in 12 chance, and by the way, these are going to be released in cases of 12, so this is where it's going to get a little dicey. A 1 in 12 chance of getting Scamper, which is an interesting one to get. Metroplex's Dude, Hound, Mirage, Prowl, Dragstrip, Runabout, Megatron, his tank version, Swerve, who's going to come with his iconic Swerve gun, Gears, or Swindle. And then there's a possibility of all of this that you might be getting some super rare chases. These are going to be a 1 out of 144 chance. My goodness, how are people going to get these ones? Especially when considering some of them are my boy here. We have Optimus Prime Titanium Edition, a 1 out of 144 chance with a little pilot figure, which looks like just a hologram pilot, and has a metallic finish. We have the Rodimus Prime Titanium Edition, same thing, has a pilot and a metallic finish. We have the Optimus Prime Hologram Edition, also has a pilot, and it's done all in clear, the alt mode. And then we have Rodimus Prime Radiant Edition, which is clearly the Lost Light colors, and also comes with a pilot. So yeah, these are going to be available and popping up very soon. According to here, it says China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Southeast Asia. Obviously, distributors will get their hands on it too at some point. We have no prices or release dates yet, but knowing how these are already in the boxes and being shown to us, and knowing how quickly Blokees turns around stuff, this will probably be hitting very, very soon. And the last thing we're going to be covering, and it's also something that's going to be hitting very, very soon, we talked about it here on the podcast, a amazing third-party upgrade and bootleg in a lot of ways, a one-for-one bootleg of our Legacy United animated Optimus Prime Voyager with new tooling across all over it to make it even more screen accurate, and an upgrade kit to give it the Wingblade Optimus Prime kind of look. So what do we got going on here? So a website by the name of JQ Trend, which is a Japanese website that deals in overseas products and the oddball third-party items. They have this up for pre-order now, so we now know the release date and the cost, as well as some brand new images and the box for this. So the Baiwei 08 Maintenance Commander, as we called it before when it was first shown in the videos and when we did a deep dive of it here on the podcast, is listed here as TW103608 Chief of Transforming Team. Same item, just this is how it's being called here in Japanese. Again, we get our first look of how it looks in the box, a whole bunch of different angles of how it looks all combined on the back, the weapons, the pieces, the alt mode and how that looks. This is now 100% the final product. Again, if you want a full deep dive on this, the size, how it works, how it combines, the visuals of it, we did a big deep dive on it with the early footage and stuff, making sense of what's been changed and what's going on there and the history of that. So go check that out if you need to. But the big update here, more than anything, is now we know the price. So it's going to be 4,000 yen. The website lists 4,000 to 5,500 yen. That's if you want to have it boxed or if you want to have it premium condition, boxed and shipped. Big Bad Toy Store offers kind of a similar service with that, like if you really care about box condition and stuff. But it is, at the end of the day, it's a 4,000 yen product, which puts it about 26 USD. If you get the premium packaging, protection and everything, it's 36 USD, but it's 26 USD at the end of the day. And that's really, really cheap. When you think about how this is really pulling from a raw Legacy United animated Optimus Prime, and that item is, MSRP right now in 2026 is about $43 USD with the new MSRP. So that's pretty wild. You get a whole figure here and the combiner armor and everything for 26 USD before shipping. The release date, according to the website here, is December 25th. 2025. So it's very, very soon. This is going to be happening ridiculously quickly. So definitely something if you are interested in picking up this guy. Again, I don't know if we're going to get an upgrade kit for our Legacy one on the official. Not to mention the head sculpt on this one is way more accurate to the original toy. I just feel like this is something that fits better in your vintage collection of animated figures, and it just looks great, and it's extremely affordable. It's quite amazing how cheap this is, especially in a world where inflation is eating up our wallets. So this is very, very cool. So again, pre-orders are up right now on this website, but it would not surprise me if this would open up to all the other websites later on. That's it more or less today on the Transformer Slag podcast, and thank you for keeping you educated, entertained, and informed on everything going on in our beautiful robot world. My voice is still recovering from TFCon Chicago, but thanks for your patience and thanks for being a fan and loving what we do here. And I'll talk to you in the near future.